you'll notice if you're new around here, a lot of things remind me of fishing. It's God's favorite sport. It's biblical. Jesus hung out with fishermen. But one day, a few years ago, I was down in the Florida Keys fishing with my good buddy David Hughes, Pastor David Hughes from Church by the Glades in Fort Lauderdale. And we were anchored up trying to intercept tarpon migrating in the Atlantic Ocean. And we thought we were anchored up because we noticed after a few minutes that we actually kind of started to drift with the tide and the current and the wind. And we kind of noticed we were moving, and the fish, they kind of swim on a line. They were getting farther away from us. When all of a sudden, David and I heard a little commotion behind us where our guide was on the poling platform of this little flats boat. And the commotion, when we turned around, we discovered he was like literally like disrobing down to his undies. And David and I, we're as open-minded as the next guy, but we were a little concerned at this point. So without any announcement or any kind of disclaimer, our guide got down to his undies and then dove in the water. And David and I watched in the gin clear waters of the Keys as he swam the length of the boat, found the anchor chain, and then swam down to where the anchor was on the ocean floor and just stuck it in the floor of the ocean. He swam back up the anchor chain, came back the length of the boat, climbed in, never said a word about it. It was an odd moment. Well, about 45 seconds, maybe a minute after he got back in the boat, David got that kind of tarpon twitch when you think you see a fish, and he kind of got on point, and he got ready to cast, and as the fish approached, it was coming pretty quickly. And we could tell by that telltale waggle that it wasn't a tarpon, but it was a shark swimming at the boat. And as it came down the length of the boat, we could see it was about a 6.5, 7-foot bull shark that had heard our guide splashing and swimming in the water. And I mean, he came on a rope looking for a meal. I learned 2 immutable spiritual laws that day in the Atlantic Ocean. Number 1, that the first immutable spiritual law is this: if you're going to swim in shark-infested waters, you better have a boat. The church is our boat. You and I live in shark-infested waters Monday through Saturday. We live in a world that is hostile to our faith, a world that is hostile to the cause of Christ, and yet God in His amazing grace has given us this boat that is the church to come together, to rally around, to be protection for each other in those shark-infested waters. The other immutable spiritual law that I learned that day is that the anchor only holds if you dig in. The anchor only holds if you dig in. Jesus Christ is our anchor in life. No matter how hard the winds blow, no matter how high the waves go, Jesus is our anchor. And the anchor holds when you and I dig in, when we commit to Him, when we commit to His church to be the body of Christ. Dig in. Tell your neighbor right now like you mean it. Dig in.
Dig in. And don't knock over my water, please, because I dropped my lid. Sometimes he gets a little arm wavy.
That's funny coming from you.
I love that about you. I think that's a sign of a good communicator.
Is it sexy?
Y'all don't know this. He asks out about everything he does. If he, I'll go, thanks so much for taking the trash out.
Is that sexy?
Every single thing. Thanks for unloading the dishwasher.
Is that sexy?
Yeah, every single thing.
I'm kind of starting to just assume that it is.
I know.
Whatever it is.
It's good. Okay, back to Scripture.
That's biblical.
So it is, but we don't need to go there. We do have a time limit. So I worked in the children's ministry, and I love children's ministry. And one of the things I love about kids ministry is you get to teach all the big Bible stories. And I absolutely love it. And one thing I noticed, and we talk about this in LHC Kids, is that throughout the Old Testament and the New